And we're back. Emily has pooped.
I survived.
It was a very long one. I grew facial hair during that time.
So did I.
But no, deadass Thomas jumped in my lap and I was holding him and he started falling asleep and then I started kind of falling asleep.
It wasn't that long.
No, I mean, I honestly was starting to fall asleep.
I know, but it wasn't even that long. See, this is why...
Okay, but I take naps on my breaks for work since I work from home. That's 15 minutes.
I'm sure I could probably take a nap at work, too.
So, I can fall asleep within 15 minutes, like, during the day. Night, I can't fall asleep at all.
It was probably around 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It was, Uh-oh.
Force powers.
He's upset.
No, I just want to...
Go off, King. Go ahead.
Slam to the ground. Slam your enemy to the ground. Square, square, circle. Let's try that.
Alright. Hell yeah.
And then I'm thinking we'll do... I can't do that yet. So what was it? Square, square, circle?
Yes. Wow.
I didn't trust you.
I could see that. Ooh.
Yeah. Do. Yeah, this is the move I wanted.
Very sickening. It goes crazy. Wow. He almost just died.
I blowed up.
I did too.
You did.
What were we even talking about before I almost just shit myself?
You... Front butt.
Oh, yeah.
It was front butt or south mouth, which is worse?
I regret asking what the fuck we were talking about.
I think front butt's worse. One compares it to having lips. One is just like, you don't shit out of that.
Shit comes out of that, though, sometimes, you know what I mean?
Not like that, though.
Well, you know, babies.
Membrane cheese ain't the same as...
What the fuck?
I love how I used a term.
Jesus, what is that? Membrane shit.
We're getting gross this episode. Let's do it.
In the first minute, too. I'm sure you just... In the first minute, we done said front butt. What the fuck was the other one? South mouth. And now fucking membrane cheese.
There's gonna be like a 12-year-old watching this. His parents will be like, what the fuck are you watching?
Well, we have said in previous ones, like, hey, brother, if you're, you know... Don't watch this shit.
Look at the scar on my face. You think you can take me down?
Do you want to know how I got these scars? My father was the drinker.
My father was a drinker.
And a fiend. Me too. Me too, though. Fuck.
Same.
Damn. Heavy on the was, too.
Damn. That just sunk in with me, what you said.
Let that sink in, you know what I'm saying?
We were so close to fighting this dude, too. You could have waited like 5 more minutes and we would have been able to kill him.
I promise you, Damien, I really couldn't have. One time, I accidentally farted and it was like, it's ready. And that's why I was like,
and that turtle
shit.
poked his head out and I was
when
like, oh, shit.
I sat up a certain
I came out
way,
of my daddy's buttery nuts and I said, what's up, doc?
Ooh, I'm about to make a name for myself here. No, when I readjusted my sitting position, that's when I knew I was in trouble if we did not end the episode. I was not trying to necessarily rush.
What'd you do, like spread your cheek a little bit and you're like, oh.
No, I farted and it was almost not a fart and I immediately got scared. I did not want to shit myself. It wouldn't be technically live,
Listen,
but I
Game
know
Grumps,
you.
Aaron Hansen has shit himself on recording, just so you know.
Which is fine. I already know that you would not cut any of that out.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Okay, if you said or did something embarrassing and asked me to cut it out, I would cut it out.
I highly doubt that.
I would. No, I would. Content is not worth your pride and, you know...
Oh, I'm not scared to admit that I've shit myself before. Like
admitting you did and then doing it on the show are two different things.
That's fair. Which, you know, I get it. I'm not the, I understand that some people might find this to be absolutely disgusting because I am a female and apparently I'm not supposed to shit nor fart.
You're not Kim Jong-un. You're allowed to shit.
Thanks for recognizing that I'm not the North Korean dictator.
Your haircut's way better than his.
Thanks, man. It's about that time for me to go get my hair redone, I think.
However, you're not going to stop me.
I don't know. I kind of want to go see her just to get my hair, like, done up a certain different way. Like, I don't...
Hold up 1 second. He's about to bring this whole factory down. Okay, now keep going.
Oh, well, I was just, you know...
You talking about your hair?
Yeah, because I don't have the capabilities of really doing a lot of things with my hair by myself. So I was like, I wonder if, like, what's the worst that happens if I go and get my hair, like, styled a different way, like, once a week? Make it, like, on a Friday, that way, like, the weekend comes, and I get so, like, you know, excited for the weekend or whatever, but the only other thing I can really think of to do with my hair is French braids.
Do French braids, girl.
Go piss, girl.
Go piss, girl. But yeah, no. Going back to what we were talking about with being embarrassing and stuff, because you said, you were saying something about...
Oh, yeah, because, you know, I'm whatever, but, you know.
Feminine.
I'm not... I've never been scared to talk about shit like that.
No,
obviously.
Don't I know it?
Yeah, I know. You've known me now for 21 years. So, yeah, I'm... And I hate that. I want to get rid of that so bad because it's the fucking stories that I've heard from other women, hilarious.
So how do you think I know what membrane cheese is?
Why are we still talking about membrane cheese?
But, no, I mean...
I think it's just so like, shell-shocking because I've never heard of that fucking phrase before.
But you know exactly what it means, don't you? Yeah. The context I heard in was way worse than just saying it.
I believe it. You should share it. Let's get demonetized before we
it's not demonetizable, it's just gross. And it's only gross because the term cheese, you know, whenever you use the term cheese and talk about genitalia, it's awful.
Oh, yeah.
But basically, it was talking about how sometimes when the tampon comes out and there's like that string with it, that's the membrane. You know?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't going to say anything.
It's fine. No, it just reminded me back in the war zone times.
Back in the war.
Back in Nam, you know?
But no, I think that the whole thing of women not... it's kind of like with men, you know. Sometimes there's a time that you can be a little gross, and there's a time when, you know, you want to be a bit more proper and more of a gentleman and stuff like that. And I think the same should go for women. You can be gross sometimes too, and sometimes it's time to be ladylike. Like there's a time for everything.
There's a time for everything. I definitely wouldn't be doing it like mid, like fuck. You know, be like, you know what sounds really good right now? Taking a fat shit. You know what I mean? Like, I got that.
That dick was so good it pushed the shit out of me, and now I gotta go take a fat shit.
You literally fucked the shit out of me. Yeah, so, yeah.
You know, okay, it's funny you mentioned that. This is just a me thing.
Oh, good God.
I don't say the word shit whenever I'm, like, dirty talking. Like, I never say I'm gonna fuck the shit out of you, because then all I think about is actually that.
That's funny as fuck,
Like, I never say... I'll say hell. I'll say hell. Because... I'm thinking, like, you know, I'm gonna fuck the shit out of you. Now I'm just thinking about you pooping, you know?
Now that makes me wonder, especially with guys that really like anal and they say that too.
Damn, he got me.
You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, same thing, like, I'm gonna fuck the shit out of that ass.
Literally, bro? Promise? No.
Pause. But yeah, no, I think it's okay for ladies to be a little bit more honest.
It makes me feel very much more like a regular human to actually.
Because you are a regular human.
I am a human, and damn
you're
it,
an extraordinary human, but you're also a regular human.
I am, and I be shitting. Okay.
Yeah, ladies be shitting. You know, I mean, I try to treat the sexes the same when it comes to expectations. Mm-hmm. For example, like whenever I'm like I've been critical in the past before of like how. I see like a woman dressed in public, you know, and it's like, well, how would you feel if a man was walking around shirtless? Put on a fucking shirt. I don't care how ripped you are. I don't care what you weigh. I don't care anything. Put on a shirt, right? Mm-hmm. Like, and when at the same time, when it comes to like beaches and stuff, I'm okay with women being topless, and I don't mean that in a sexual way. I don't think it's fair.
You know, it always made me wonder what happened to us as a species in general to where we have sexualized boobs so far.
Okay, so I've had this discussion with a few women. The thing is biological. This is a biological thing for sure.
It's about to mansplain boobs to me, guys.
No, I'm about to mansplain men.
Okay.
Is when our male monkey brains see a woman with like good sized hips and large breasts, it says you could give birth to a child and feed a child well, right? Mm-hmm. That's so our brains are just naturally wired to see those qualities and think attraction. Same with like, you know, what are features about men that women are very attracted to? Like very common features.
I like broad shoulders.
Yes, exactly. Arms, strength,
Yeah.
protection, right?
Okay, you're explaining my monkey brain to me, I see.
Yeah. So there's those things of you could give children, you could protect me, things like that. Arms and
You're
shoulders.
submissive and breedable, sir.
Yeah. Exactly. And shit, he got me again.
Dang, dude. You were right. You did say that he was a lot harder to beat in on the PS2.
Yeah, like I remember struggling with him.
Yeah.
But
Well, hey, you don't have to remember anymore. It's happening again.
that's because I need to do
get
more
that.
ones.
Though,
What I don't get is why.
why is it like such a weird thing for like?
Well, it's also there is one more part to it though.
We're just talking about like boobs in general.
Yes,
though.
there is one more part to it. It's not only our monkey brains; it's also the fact that they are covered. If it was more normal for women again to go to beaches without tops, I think it would become very desexualized because we become desensitized to it.
Well, people used to.
Yeah, well, and think about Game of Thrones.
And they
right?
randomly became very sexualized. And that's what I'm saying. Like,
It's-
what happened?
It was.
Because it was very normal back in the day for women to be topless at, like, beaches and all that.
I mean, if you go throughout history, it kind of goes in waves because you have, like, the Greeks who was, like, be naked all the time. And then when Catholicism came around, it became more normal for people in general to kind of clothe themselves a bit better.
Well, that was, again, people.
Yeah, like men and women. But then again, it goes back to okay, if I think that part of the body is really hot. I mean, I'm sure there's some deep history on this, but basically, men think boobs are hot, therefore boobs are sexualized, and men were kind of the ones to say what was proper back in the day.
Which, I mean, I guess I'm always going to have probably different opinions than certain men, too, especially since I am a woman when it comes to, like, things like I've actually heard people get very angry at women for breastfeeding.
That is always ridiculous.
That to me is
that
insane.
always pisses me off.
Yeah, because it's like, bro, I don't want a mom to feel like she has to go into a fucking smelly ass bathroom. All of us women know how disgusting women bathrooms actually are, and
I've done custodial work.
It's disgusting. Why would you want your child to be in there feeding?
Men's showers are worse than women's, but women's bathrooms are worse than men's.
For sure.
So, and that's the other thing I was going to say is, like, because they're covered more often, I think that's another reason why they're more hypersexualized. It's because they're covered. It's the mystery. And, like, if you want a prime example of that, Game of Thrones. People did not give a fuck after, like, season 2, anytime that there was breasts on the screen.
Yeah.
Because they just got so used to seeing them. It was almost like, okay, here's this part again. You know, there's more boobs on the screen. And so they just stopped kind of caring after a while.
Fair.
And it wasn't that the women were unattracted by any means. The women were beautiful, you know, but
It's just a matter of you've seen it so much.
Exactly.
Fair.
So if
Fucking
it's like,
finally.
Vader thinks he's turned you.
so it's like, you know, if we went to
Hunchback over
if
here.
we
Yeah,
were
you
used to
were
going to
right.
beaches or pools and stuff like that, and when we're topless, it would be like, okay.
Yeah, which, I mean, I understand why also some women would feel uncomfortable, but I think they would stop feeling so uncomfortable if society would quit sexualizing them so much just because of whatever boob size, whatever your boobs look like, or anything like that. Because I do know a lot of women who are more, I don't want to say well-endowed, because I feel like that's mostly for, like, a men thing to say it like that, but, you know, well-endowed in the boob area.
Yeah.
And they just feel like so dirty all the time. Like they can't wear a shirt, like specific shirts, because they're just like, no, I'm too exposed. And I'm like, you're wearing a shirt. Like you're not exposed.
Yeah.
And yeah, for a minute I got really uncomfortable with just being out without a bra, even though I am tiny tits. And that's because like there was a time where I was in a shirt, much like the one I'm wearing now, which is I'm just wearing a regular ass black t-shirt, by the way. And I also had a cardigan on, but I didn't have a bra on, and I was in my house, and my brother, dead serious, screamed at me for going, like, into the living room and all that, where his kids were, and he was, and, like, my cardigan, like, barely moved, and apparently he noticed that I wasn't wearing a bra, and he literally just, like, started, like, going off on me, talking about how inappropriate I was around his kid, all of that, and I was just like, I am covered. Your child does not see me for my nipples and think, wow, nipples.
Wow, nipples.
Yeah, like, I get it. It's like 65 degrees in this house. They might be a little bit... It's cold.
The headlights might be on.
The headlights might be on, but, like, he's not thinking like that at all.
Okay, real quick. So remember when I was complaining about how I can never like be in the ship, how I just went level to level?
Yeah.
This is the part I love. It's just a little bit flavor. This is the rogue shadow inside the ship.
Flavor, he says.
You can upgrade your lightsaber, upgrade your force powers, change costumes, unlock
That's pretty cool.
Under cheat codes.
Love that.
So, ground slam. Yes, that's one I wanted. This is one of my favorite powers.
I love this for you. It's about fucking time.
Is that how you spell Kyber?
But I do like the way that you think, man. I do appreciate someone who, you know,
tries to be fair.
Tries to understand. Because it's just really nice. Because there are certain things that we're never going to be able to fully understand about each other. Just because I'm never going to be I'm never going to understand what it's like to be a man.
I don't try to understand people like that.
You try to listen. That's where the trying to understand comes in.
Right. Well, and when I say I don't try to understand, I try to apply that mindset to a lot of things. Like, for example, okay, you know, I lost my mother recently. If, say, tomorrow one of my friends loses their mother, I'm not going to be like, I understand. Because they are a completely different human being. Even if they had a very similar relationship to their mother as I had to me, I'm not them. I don't have their life experiences. So why on the hell would I think that I can say I understand when it comes to a different gender?
Fair.
And the same thing goes for, like, you know, I can relate and I can understand two different things. You know, for example, if a woman's like, I'm not comfortable in my own skin, I can relate to not being comfortable in your own skin. Yeah. But I cannot relate to the reason why. I don't understand the reason why, because we probably have different reasons why we might be uncomfortable. And
you can at least relate to the bigger picture.
Yeah. Going back to your example of, like, women with larger breasts who are like, I feel, you know,
uncomfortable.
I feel like all eyes are on me. Or people have made comments. I have not had as many comments made to me ever or anything, but I was sexually harassed at work by a man. I may have mentioned this on the show before, when I worked in office. And I never reported it because I was like, I don't want to get any flack or anything like that. I don't want to cause a whole thing, which is the usual reason why people don't report it. But basically...
So much more common for men to not report it, though, because of that reason.
Right.
Which is so unfair.
Right. Well, and there's a few other reasons, but... I'm sure. And I should have, because actually I found out later that HR was trying to get this guy fired. But anyway, so I was a cube mate with this guy. And a comment was made by another guy. I talked some shit. We were joking around. We were friendly. Yeah. And he said, your dick isn't big enough to talk to me that way. And then the other guy, my cube mate, said, I don't know. He was wearing sweatpants the other day, and I definitely noticed. And I never wore sweatpants to work. I rarely wear sweatpants out of the house anyway. I never wore joggers or anything like that to work again. Good God. I wouldn't even... Like, I have these thin khakis that, like... If I don't wear the right boxers, they're definitely a problem. I don't wear those. I never wore those to work again. I would wear, like, thick, pretty padded pants because a comment was made about my dick. So it's like, I've been in that situation once, and some people be like, well, you've never been in it every day of your life. You're absolutely correct. But
you can still relate because
I can relate because I'm like, yeah, no, that feeling sucks. Because there are plenty of men who are like, I'd love to be gawked. Yes and no. You know, it's one thing it's one thing for a person to say, "Hey, man, you look handsome today." I'll hold on to that comment all week.
Yeah, we were talking about how you said that anytime a man genuinely gets complimented, they hold on to that and they remember it because you guys don't really get complimented as much. And I understand it has to be a genuine compliment. The amount of times that, you know, women, because I have to go about this but like, sure. How many times is like, you know, oh, hey girl, you got a fat ass, or hey girl, nice tits on you, or whatever the fuck it may be. I disregard all of those compliments over like, hey, you smell nice today. Yeah. Hey, you look really nice today. Yeah. Generalizations of things like that, and it just makes you feel really good. I can relate to that.
What compliment, if I notice, and I try to notice, do you know what compliment I have found is one of the best things to say to any woman?
Try me.
Your makeup looks good today.
Damn, that is a good one. That is a damn good one.
Because I can tell you put effort into your face.
Yeah, it's work.
And I'm not paying too much attention to a physical aspect of your body.
True. I mean, someone said that to me, which I have had that said to me. It just kind of, I hate to say it like this because we're not ever trying to go through life with validation, but it does give some level of validation to the work that you put into your makeup, because makeup is hard.
Yeah, and it's like two of the worst things I've learned that a guy can say to a woman that won't get him a sexual harassment claim.
Your makeup looks nice.
No, two worst things.
Oh, worst things to get one.
You look tired. Immediately, just like flashbacks.
I'm.
Now, granted, of course, if you know the person, it's like, you look a little tired. Are you okay? That's different because you know what they look like.
That's different, yeah.
But if it's just like, you look tired. Sorry, I'm gonna actually say 3 things.
Go ahead.
You look tired.
Yeah, that one crash out right there.
Why do you wear makeup? You don't need to.
Crash out.
You should smile more.
Oh my god!
3 of the worst things you can say to a woman that are like not sexual.
Dude, the worst thing I think when it comes, I can relate to that. Why are you wearing makeup? You don't need it. There was someone that had told me, even though, no matter what, any person that like whenever I usually wear makeup, I am usually complimented and all that with it. But there was someone it's always stuck to me, basically saying how why are you wearing makeup? You can tell where you're insecure at.
What the fuck? I want to stay on that point, but real quick. So I just want to go over the shit. That way we can start the next level while we're talking.
Yeah.
So this is what I was talking about before. This is in between levels. So here's the Navi computer.
Okay.
So this I can.
Ooh, looks like a brain.
Yeah.
First. That's kind of cool, dude.
I can. This is where we'll go next. The Jedi Temple.
Okay.
And then this is where I can customize my lightsaber.
This looks dope, dude.
It's just flavor. Like,
and this is just in the ship.
Yeah, this is just in the ship because
Nice.
in the last one it was
those cutscenes, yeah.
Well, no, it was like in between levels, or not in between levels. There was a pause menu you could do, and I'm like, no, I like the ship.
Yeah.
Saber hilt. I don't have any saber hilts right now. Also, it's spelled Kyber Crystal, Kaiburr, and I'm like, isn't it Kyber? Have I been spelling that wrong?
That's not canon, Damien. Whatever.
This game is not canon. Correct. Here's Proxy. So here's where I can customize costumes.
Oh, how cool!
And then there's cheat codes and stuff too, to where I can get a whole bunch more. I'll also just find them. And here's force powers. So I get that menu again.
Oh, you can upgrade another one if you really want to.
I know exactly which one I'm going for.
Nice.
I love this power. X and then hold square. Yep. I'll scream when he does it if I remember right. Here's extras. So here's Juno.
Hell yeah.
All this sneaking about.
So I can look at like holocrons. So those holocrons I'm collecting, they're actually like concept art and stuff.
That one definitely picked up. I'm so sorry.
Oh, they all do. they deadass all do.
Sorry guys, I'm a fiend.
So
Okay.
it's just like concept art and stuff for the game. So like here's the general dude, like early sketches.
How neat.
Yeah, it's just
This is definitely a lot better. Man, they should have just instead, in a sense,
they should just made this version look better.
Yeah, is that what, a remaster or something
Cheat
like
codes.
that?
It's the Ultimate Sith Edition, also known as the Xbox Edition.
I know, but if they were to do something like that, wouldn't it just be called like remastered, basically? Is that where remastered
sometimes they just call it like the definitive edition, the ultimate edition. Like there was the definitive GTA trilogy, which is a remaster of GTA 3.
So it is remastered, basically. They may call it something.
It is a
different,
remaster of, but they sometimes call it something else.
I had the words correct. Hell yeah, that
like
doesn't happen
Skyrim
very
Special
often.
Edition is a remaster.
Yeah, I had it right though. That was
yes, you had
exciting.
it right. Yeah,
dude, I feel so good right now. Holy shit, I was correct. Ew.
Ew.
What do I do with this? I'm gonna hold on to
disgusting.
that. Speaking of holding on to shit, I'm gonna hold on to that. But yeah, back to that conversation. But that is something that I've held on to. It's where I can tell where you're insecure at.
Which is a crazy thing to say.
It hurt a lot because I was like, what?
Also, it's not even necessarily that you're insecure.
Bro, I was wearing only eye makeup.
Right, and that's kind of going to be my point. Sometimes it's like, no, actually, my eyes are one of the areas that I appreciate, and I wanted to highlight them.
Mm-hmm, absolutely love.
It's actually the area I'm least secure about. In fact, for all you know, okay, you're trying to highlight a certain part of your face because there might be a different part of your face you're insecure about, and you're actually trying to draw attention away from it. You know, like there could be a number of reasons. Or you just wanted to fucking put on makeup.
See, yeah, because whenever I do eye makeup like that, which is what I normally do, and it's not over the fact that I just think my skin's just glass. I don't. Right now, I even have a bump on the top of my forehead, and because I literally got nervous. It had like 7 like white heads on it and everything, like on the one spot, and I've never experienced that before. And I was like,
I grew up with those. They're awful. I'm so sorry.
Cystic. I did not know that it was cystic acne. So I mean, I think I got it figured out. By the way, tea tree oil. It's really been working with me.
All of everything I use is tea tree.
Nice.
It treats dandruff.
It's anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, antifungal, anti-everything.
Yeah,
I'm like, holy shit.
When I started using tea tree shampoo and conditioner is when I actually started getting rid of a lot of acne.
Yeah, your scalp is going to, no matter what.
I have like chronic dandruff. I have since I was a kid. I have to use tea tree shampoo and conditioner every day. Like most people, it's like every other day. For me, it's every day. Otherwise, my dandruff flares up so bad. And there's only like one brand that truly works. No herbal essences shit. It's just called generic. It's compared to Paul Mitchell, but it's like half the price. I get it at Sally's. But
yeah, no, the people sleep on that one, I think, because my sister uses that often.
Sometimes I get a little spicy. I get the lavender one, but it's still tea tree. Okay, so this is the ability I got. Real quick. Bitch. I love that ability.
Holy shit, dude.
But yeah, no, I mean, it's...
My eye makeup, I'm not thinking that I am insecure about my eyes. I do not put yellow eyeshadow on my eyes because I'm insecure about them. I'm trying to make my eyes look like sunflowers. Damn it.
Yeah.
Because I have brown eyes.
Yeah.
It fucking works.
Sometimes it's just decoration.
It's literally, it's hard work to put on makeup, and the girls that do it effortlessly, I envy them so much because I'm like, dude, how do you do that? But I'm getting told lately that the reason why your makeup is not looking phenomenal and airbrushed damn near is because you're not using enough, and I'm like, that could check out.
Maybe.
It could check out, actually.
I'm like, you don't even need makeup. What are you doing?
I hardly ever wear makeup anyway, and I know that I don't need it. I know that no woman genuinely needs makeup because I do believe we are all stunning and all that, but I'm never going to shit on a woman for wearing makeup because of it, because, bitch, you just made art. You just made art on your face, and it fucking looks immaculate every single time. The fact that we can literally do shit with our face like that.
Well, and
good God.
my
I
issue,
just put the ocean on your eyes.
My only issue with makeup is it's created this like stigma that if like a woman's like a little bit puffy faced and looks really tired, she looks masculine. And it's like, no, she looks like a human.
Yep.
Like, she doesn't look like a doll.
I don't think I look like a man, and I usually do have a puffy face.
I think you look like a man, but that's okay.
You're, I think, supposed to. Honestly, I was just talking about this. Like, me and my buddy were actually just talking about all this because he was talking about how he feels like he can't have a girlfriend because of the fact that he has friends that are girls.
Who cares?
And some women get really upset about that and whatnot. Just like some men get
You're
really
talking
upset.
to the wrong girls then.
Right. Just like some men get really aggravated over the fact that women might have guy friends. Now, I have had that experience since being friends with you guys and talking with some men, and I'm just like, you don't understand, my friends do not want, like, I can hang out with Damien.
My friends don't want this, okay?
Yeah, no, like...
They don't want the smoke.
I'm like, dude, you don't understand. You just gotta hear, like, me and Damien talk one day.
Yeah.
Like, you will understand. Like, when I say that this man's like my brother, I'm not talking about them gross-ass women that are like, yeah, he's like my brother, and then goes and, like, does
and
shit
then,
with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, no, because I'm not into that incest shit. Like, you are genuinely, it seems like my brother.
Yeah.
That's how I view you. So...
Yeah, no. And
you're the nicer brother that I have. My other brother is actually a douche.
I balance the shit talking with the talking about shit, you know?
Yeah. You're also not, afraid to keep it very real with me, you know?
Yeah, no, I mean, there's a time for it.
Yeah. If I'm feeling down on myself, you will not be nervous to sit there and be like, Emily, come on now, you're the shit.
Yeah,
like,
if I go too far with a joke, I'll apologize. I'm not gonna be like, grow the fuck up. It's a fucking joke. Like,
oh yeah, like my brother.
Well, I mean, I'm that way with everybody because the thing is, no matter like, first of all, I'm an apathetic motherfucker. Okay, if you
don't say.
If you say something to me, it's very unlikely I'll get.
Do they have tridents?
They're bidents.
Oh, that's cool.
They are 2-pronged. Okay, huh?
Go back to what you were saying.
No, real quick, I have a question, okay?
Uh-oh.
So, trident is 3 prongs, right?
Okay, I did not realize that, but go off.
A trident?
Yeah. I'm putting it together now. I just never put it together before.
These are sometimes called forked spears, also called bidents, okay? That is an actual name for them.
That's cool.
All right? So, is a spear called a unident. Just a straight up spear.
You deserve to die for that.
It's a unident.
That.
I had this discussion with Annie, and she completely hates it and disagrees.
I can relate, Annie.
As you guys do.
I get it.
But no, going back to like if you make a joke about something and someone's like, hey, that kind of hurt my feelings, you know, okay, there is a line. Some people are just way too goddamn sensitive, I will admit. But
What do you mean by that? No. I can't believe you'd say that.
So, while I definitely think there's a precedent for it to some extent, I really don't like when people get too offended on other people's behalf or just assume that the other people are going to be offended by something. Mm-hmm. That kind of drives me crazy. Like, I will never get offended for a group of people just because I'm not part of that group of people.
Yeah.
You know, if you say something like, if you generalize, I will correct you.
Yeah. That's
the only time I really correct, when it's like, I hate it when women or men do X thing. It's like, okay, well, you're really summarizing 3.5 billion people into one category, right? But if it's like, you know, you crack a joke, I'm not going to be like, actually, that's a really harmful stereotype. Like, I don't really do that shit. If it's a joke of a joke. Now, if you actually believe that joke, if you're like, actually, no, this is true, I'll be like, okay, well, you're obviously a short-sighted person.
Yeah, and there is a cool part about certain friendships that if you are friends with different types of people, then it's like, that shit is kind of funny. Like, my buddy just came over, and I was just like, dude, like, I miss you, like, I really want to, like, go out and do something with you, and he's like, what you want to do, Emily, go get Starbucks, you white bitch? And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. You know? It would be like if I said to David, you know, do you miss our chicken? You know? And the thing is could I make that joke with everybody? No. Could I be like, black people like chicken? Like, that's a generalization. Mm-hmm. David loves himself some fucking chicken, okay? David does fit some stereotypes.
Oh, God, yeah. But that's the thing, is stereotypes are very funny and whatnot, but it's just like, you have to be tasteful with it.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not gonna be like stealing catalytic converters while you were there. You know?
I actually was just talking to Dave about stealing someone's catalytic converter.
Bro,
that's crazy.
One of my favorite memes about catalytic converters is actually from a white guy. He's like, "You look outside, you see 2,500 cars. I see 2,500 catalytic converters. Change your mindset."
That's so funny that you just said that, because I was literally just telling David, like, I literally am thinking about stealing someone's catalytic converter.
Could you not? Could you not talk about how you're thinking about crimes on the show?
That's all I think about, y'all. I think about crime.
True crime, committing crimes.
I do follow a
Crime
channel,
of passion.
When I'm at work, their episodes are about 2 hours long, and it's called Crime Weekly. They're phenomenal podcasts because they do not romanticize any type of serial killers.
I recommend Casual Criminalist. He's a British guy, and he has a few different channels.
I have listened to some of his stuff from you, thanks.
I love Simon Whistler.
He's pretty good.
I like him because he shits on them. He's like, you're a fucking knob.
Yeah.
You fucking knob.
That's actually what they do here on Crime Weekly. There was it's a detective, well, an ex-detective, and a lady, and they just talk about certain stuff. Like, they go into depth with the stuff, because they're like, you know, it's important for us to know the complete background of these people.
Yeah.
This, that, and they talk more about the victims and all that. And the last one that I heard was this guy who was the Gainesville Ripper.
The Gainesville Ripper's rough.
Yeah, so the last part's coming out tomorrow, and it's a 4-part series. And, dude, one of those episodes, she was just like, you're fucking stupid. You are an absolute idiot. You're disgusting. You're a vile piece of human. You should never see the light of day, yada, yada. And I'm just like, I fuck with her.
Well, see, the thing is, I don't like true crime, but I love Simon Whistler. Mm-hmm. So it's more so I just watch it for him than I do watch it for the true crime aspect.
That's fair. I like the true crime stuff because it's a matter of, it reminds me of things to look out for. It's like, okay, so how did this go about? What are some behaviors and things that I can look out for? Even though everything's different, and sometimes people, I'm not excusing it ever. Like, oh yeah, you got killed because this person acted like this. Like, I'm never trying to victim blame, but it's also like, you can really learn some stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, that's how we stopped having so much, like, because, in, like, the 90s and the 80s, there were so many terrible circumstances that happened with serial killers.
Well, yeah,
and then we started learning, like, okay, maybe we should be doing this, maybe we shouldn't be doing this, and we shouldn't be doing this, and now it's so much harder.
Yeah. I don't think I ever finished my point earlier.
Shit, sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. It'd be like that. It's a good conversation. I was just thinking about that.
Getting lost in the sauce.
I hate when other people do that, when they're like, oh yeah, I'm getting to a point, and then they just never do. Like, they just, like, change subjects. I was talking about getting offended and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I don't get offended very easily if you make a joke towards me, right? Mm-hmm. If you make a joke about my friends, I'm much more likely to get offended because I'm protective over my people. Yeah, I know there's something there. But But at the same time, just because I don't think something's offensive doesn't mean that people aren't offended by it. So generally, you know, I'll make whatever fucking joke I want if I've never made that kind of joke before and never been told not to. I'll say almost anything. I'll try almost anything. Sometimes people will laugh, sometimes people won't. There are... What the fuck?
He's off them perks,
they're in my head. Off them perks. But I think it's about to get trippy, so... But, you know, if I make a joke... And I might be pushing it a little bit, and someone's like, "Hey, man, that's not cool." Or say I've made a joke a few times. Someone's like, "I really actually don't appreciate that. You said it a couple times. I let it go, but it does bother me. My bad. I'm sorry." You know, I'll immediately apologize, and then I will do my best to remember that someone doesn't appreciate that kind of humor. And then from then on, just kind of like, okay, is this joke similar to that one? Yeah. Okay, avoid that one. And just kind of go from there. It costs nothing to do that. Mm-hmm. Am I going to walk on eggshells around people with my humor? No. You know, if you're offended, you're offended, and I'm sorry. But at the same time, I'm also not going to be like, "Oh, grow the fuck up, like quit being a pussy," because it's like, no, you don't like it, you don't like it. Like, why would I say something to you that you don't like unless I'm actively trying to make you mad? You know, that doesn't make any sense to me.
You know, when we first started, kind of like branching back into being friends and whatnot, and getting damn near as close as what we have been getting, and all that. I would consider you one of my absolute closest friends at this point now.
For sure, same.
I did not remember people being the way that you have been. Like, how do I want to describe this? Like, it didn't shock me, but it shocked me the very first time that you ever did offend me and how you went about it. Because you do exactly that. You are a very good listener. You try and figure out what exactly it was that offended me, and I usually never have to repeat myself, ever.
I really want to hold on to that thought. He's at the Jedi Temple about to, like, do some shit.
Hell yeah.
I just wanted you to see this.
1,000 Jedi died cursing Darth Decimus.
Bro. Wow, he looks like one of the Inquisitor races.
Now you too will scream my name.
One of the Inquisitors from, like, Clone Wars.
Oh my god.
Darth
I
Decimus.
need to finish.
I don't remember who Darth Decimus is. But anyway, you were saying, I'm sorry.
But no, like, so of course my most recent one was after a joke that you had made, and I was just like, I need to step away from this. And then how you went about it,
I just apologized.
Beautiful. I know, but you apologized exactly for what it was. I didn't actually even end up having to explain myself. You were just like, ah, shit, okay.
I went too far.
That was, yeah, and you're not scared to admit that. You're not going to invalidate my feelings and all that. Matter of fact, during that conversation, you literally said, your feelings are valid, especially because I was like, I'm so sorry for going about that emotionally, especially since I know who you are. I know you never mean to offend or anything like that. And you're like, your feelings are valid. Like, stop that. Man.
For context, I made a joke about Christianity, and not about Christians themselves, but
it was about God.
It was about God. And normally when I make jokes about religion, I tend to try to be tasteful about it. You know, like is it Simon that danced before the Lord?
It was Simon.
Yeah. And you know, like, those memes are funny to me because it's like I do breakdancing. Because it's not offensive. It's just imagine Simon breakdancing. Haha. And stuff like that. Or like the one Jesus drives a Honda because he said he would come of his own accord. Yeah. You know, like that joke. It's harmless. It's literally harmless. It's not mocking the Bible itself. It's just like, it's double entendres. But, you know, every now and then I might push it a little bit. And sometimes it's funny and sometimes it's not. And that's the thing, is like, you have to recognize that. Like, some people are going to like it, some people aren't. Imagine if comedians were just like, yeah, people are fucking pussies if they don't like my comedy when they're being offensive. They would get nowhere. They would get nowhere.
You have to know when it's like genuinely like tasteful versus distasteful. But then again, I'm not ever going to be mad at you for ever making that joke, period.
Yeah, it's more so like, I didn't appreciate that, and it's like, oh, my bad. You know, and then if I'm just like, you know, oh, you're a bitch, well, then that's the real offense.
Yeah, like, and yeah, that's why I also wanted to apologize. Like, I'm sorry, I should have just.
Yeah.
Instead of stepping away, because I knew you were never going to say anything like that. I knew you're never like that type of person.
But the thing is, I respect the stepping away as well, because I do that sometimes too, where it's like, you know, you know, I'm mad about this, I'm emotional about this, and I want to respond in a productive and constructive manner. So it will not benefit either of us if I, if I yell at you, right? Like all that's going to happen is we're both going to need like way too much time, an uncomfortable amount of time to where it's going to be weird to try to come back together if we actually just fight. So it's like, okay, cool. Hey, I didn't appreciate this. Hey, I understand. My bad. And then we're good. But I think there's so many people that focus too hard on being right rather than just, oh, yeah, no, that wasn't cool.
And it's okay to sometimes be wrong.
It's you should. There is no one who has been right 100% of the time.
Facts.
And if you can be like, and this is the thing too about arguments. If you can be like, I was wrong, and then the person keeps going, they're not accomplishing anything, and then they're just going to kind of end up feeling like, or looking like an asshole. And yes, they might be like, I don't think you understand why I'm mad. Just saying that you're wrong isn't necessarily enough. And yes, sometimes you just need to shut up and listen. But if people continue to try to convince you why you're wrong, oh, I lost that.
Damn.
If people try to convince you why you're wrong, and you're like, I already admitted I was wrong. Like, I've already acknowledged this.
Yeah,
and
I
then,
wasn't going to explain to you why you were... I was definitely not going to explain to you, like, why you offended me. You caught on very, very fast.
It was pretty open and shut. I made a joke about God. You were offended as a Christian.
Well, no, that's not why. It was a matter of what the actual joke was.
Yeah.
Like, and it was... I didn't want to necessarily even, like, try and, like... I wasn't going to Bible thump you. I wasn't going to do anything like that. Because I do not like claiming Christian, because I don't think that I am a Christian.
That's why I kind of went Christian?
Yeah, I don't think that but I do believe in God, even if my version of God is not the same as Christianity, like, Islam, all that, whatever, all of it.
Abrahamic religion.
Yeah, it's not the same, but it was just like a...
Hang on, I just dropped a statue on this motherfucker.
As you fucking should.
That guy was so much easier to kill.
He got squishy.
Why is Proxy here?
Because he's here to kill you. I know you just fought, but, like, we got beef.
Oh, shit.
Spies have located another Jedi. I do not expect you to survive. Castan Paratus is far...
You're a bitch compared to him.
But if you destroy him, you'll be one step closer to your destiny.
The Emperor.
Yes. Only together can we defeat him.
I will not fail you, Master.
Hell yeah. I don't think... Did we go to the Jedi... No, we didn't go to the Jedi Temple when we played the first time. We went straight to the acid swamp. And it was ass! Dark Rage! Charge up with the power of the dark side and increase the damage of your lightsaber. Cool. Zoning crystal. When applied, this crystal allows the ability to focus the force to increase the strength of choke. Okay. Ooh, a new costume. Customize lightsaber, color crystals. Nope. Saber hilt? Nope. Proxy. Where's my costume? Oh, it's this costume. And go look at force powers. Can't really upgrade much. Okay. Bet. That's a good place to stop. We'll end that episode there. And then we'll go to the next area. I don't know if it's the swamp or not. I so hope it's not. But anyway, please like, share, comment, subscribe, all that awesome stuff.
We love you guys.
And we love you.
Bye. Should I hit my vape one more time?